In this video, this is game theory lecture number 4, and in this case we are going to find graphic solution of 2 cross n and m cross 2 games. So we first consider graphical solution of 2 cross n games, and in this case, since it is 2 cross n, this means player A will have two strategy A1 A2 and other is cross n. So this means 2 cross n means the other player have n number of strategy B1 B2 up till Bn. And again, because this is we are not talking about the settle point, this is for more than, so I'm going to consider now the probabilities attached with this. Suppose that the first player come with a probability P1 and the second player come with a probability P2, and on this side there are probabilities Q1, Q2 up till Qn. In my last video we have discussed a 2 cross 2 zero sum game, and in this case again there was no settle point, so we have discussed if there are probabilities attached, then how to find the solution of a 2 cross 2 problem without settle point. So you can watch before this video and then we can talk about this case. Now in this case also I'm going to write down the similar approach. What we want to have is we want to get the expected gain for player A. So this means here I'm going to consider first B's pure move. So depending upon what are B's pure move, I am writing now here is the A's expected payoff. So expected payoff means expected gain for the player A. And in this case also we know that the sum of the probabilities here, and we also know that the sum of the probabilities are always equal to 1, whichever number. And we also know that every time the sum of the probabilities are equal to 1. In this case there are only 2, Pi's are only 2, so this is 2. But the other case J varies from 1 to n. So the Qi's are 1. So the total sum of the probability is equal to 1. Now let us write the B's pure move, and accordingly we will write down the A's expected way. If B pure move is B1, this means if B1 select this case. In this case, the A11 can come with expected gain of player A is A11, which can come with the probability P1, and A21, that is the expected gain, can come with the probability P2. So this I am writing here. If B's pure move is B1, in this situation, expected gain for A is A11 into its probability plus A21 into its probability. This is the expected gain. So let me to call this as E1. If B's pure move is B2, then I'm going to read the second column. In second column, A11 again can come with the probability P1, A22 can come with the probability P2. So let us write the second possibility of the expected gain. A12, this is with P1, then A22 with P2, and so on. So we may have the nth pure strategy by B, and in this case what is the expected gain? In this case En is A1n P1 plus A2n P2. We may also write this whole quantity in terms of only one variable, that is P1, by simply writing P2 with P1. So we may write A11 P1 plus A21, that is 1 minus P1. So I may also write, suppose if I take P1 common, this means A11 minus A21 and then plus A22. So we may either write this into only in terms of P1, this expression, or we may write this into the form of P1 P2. So this is, both are fine, so you can take any one of these expressions. Now, according to maximum criteria for mixed game, player A should select the value of P1 and P2 to maximize his gain. This means each expected value that I have written here, now I am writing this as EJ. We have already seen J moves from 1 to n. So I have written here the symbol J because there are n number of strategies available with B. And I have seen, you can see here I have converted this only in terms of the first probability. So this means each expression is written in terms of P1 plus the constant term, as I have written here. This is the first expression that I have converted here, P1 plus this gain. Suppose I also want to convert this second expression, you can see here A12 P1 plus A22, you write P2 as 1 minus P1. When we write P2 as 1 minus P1, this means it is A12 minus A22, and then we take P1 common and plus A22 remaining. So we can see here very clearly, if this is 1, the second subscript is actually 1. The second subscript we are talking is about the 1. So this means if it is 2, the second subscript we talk about here is 2. Okay. And say if we want to write jth value, so the second subscript actually becomes j. okay, and all the other remaining. So this is the most general expression for all these one when I have considered this in the form of EJ. And now in the similar way as we did in the last video, the player A wanted to maximize his gain without the property. So whenever this P1 is quantity is 0, whenever the first strategy is not selected, so if suppose if this P1 is a 0, this automatically means the player A will not choose A1, this will not choose A1, but will select, but that means P2 is 1 because the total sum of the probability is 1. P1 plus P2 is 1. This implies A2 is selected. If A2 is selected, what is the expected gain? This is the expected gain, because whenever P1 is 0, this quantity will become a 0, and the expected gain for this case is A2J. And in the similar way, if I want to write this expression as P1 equal to 1, if I select the other possibility of P1, that is 1, in this case, now A1 is selected, that is the whole possibility, A1 is selected, and considering now these two possibility, I am going to draw the lines in the graph. So in the graph, I am also going to look up the options whenever P1 is 0, whenever P1 is 1, this is the, considering these two as an axis, I am going to draw this in the graph, and from there I understand what is the expected payoff for the player A. And hence, the highest point on the lower envelope of line that we are going to draw with the two axes P1 equal to 0 and P1 equal to 1 will give the maximum of the minimum expected payoff for the player A. And these two lines that will pass through the maximum point is called the critical moves, and these are the two moves that we are going to extract out of the n moves, which yields us 2 cross 2 matrix in addition with the moves of the A. Now let us see whole this process in the example for a better understanding. In this example, I want to solve this 2 cross 4 game graphically, and I have two players, but you can see here on the player B have 4 moves, so that is why it is 2 cross n. And on the player A we have only 2 moves, A1, A2. Now let's attach the probabilities with these players. So once attaching this probability P1, P2, we can attach here the probabilities P1, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and I'm going to write the B's pure move. So let's write here on this side B's pure move, and based on B's pure move, I can write here the expected payoff for A. So once we write the B's pure move, let's say B moves with the move B1. If it is B1, this is 2 times, so expected gain is 2 times the first probability plus 1 times the second probability, that is P2. So I am just simply multiplying these two quantity. If B moves B2, then the expected gain is 1 into P1 plus 0 into P2. If B moves B3, then the third expected gain is 0 into P1 plus 3 into P2. So I'm just reading now the third column and multiply there with the probability P1, P2. If B moves B4, this means it is minus 2 times P1 plus 2 times P2. And as we have seen earlier, I can convert this either into, I can leave this into P1, P2, or I can convert this into the axis P1. So if I want to convert this into P1, this means 2 times P1 plus P2 is 1 minus P1. So this quantity is 2 times P1 minus P1. So this means it is P1 plus 1. So that is the first move. In this case, it is already 0 into P1. So this is P1 only. In this case, this is 3P2. 3P2 is, that means it is 3 times P1 plus 3. And in this case, this is minus 4P1 plus 2. Now I want to draw these lines. So draw these. But how do we draw these on graph? So we need to consider two axes. So let us consider now the two axes. We draw the two lines here. This is the first axis and this is the second axis. Now these axes will actually depict the expected payoff, and in this axis, the first axis, we have considered the probability P1 when the expected gain when the probability P1 is 0. This would be the axis 2 when I am expecting that my probability is fully 1. And I am considering my expected gain at 0th position. So let us say my expected gain is 0. Now let us see this from the first case. For E1, whenever P1 is a 0, this quantity is 0, expected gain is 1. So whenever P1 is 0, I am going to draw expected gain in the first axis. And in this case, P1 is 0, so the expected gain is 1. So this means it is somewhere here. This is 1. This point is 1, 2, 3. You can draw these points. This point is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So what I'm doing, axis depicts the expected payoff whenever P1 is 0. Axis 2 depict the expected payoff whenever P1 is equal to 1. In the first case, we have considered P1 equal to 0. If P1 is 0, the expected payoff is 1. So it is here at this point, which is this one. In other case, when P1 is equal to 1, then this quantity becomes 2. If this quantity becomes 2, this means this case is somewhere here. This is 1, 2. So this value is 2. And we join now these 2 points. So when you join these 2 points, this is considered as the drawing of this line, the first line. Now in the similar way, read the second expected payoff, which is simply P1. So if P1 is 0, it is here. It is at the first case. And if P1 is 1, it is here. So this is now the second. Now also we can write down the lines here so that we know which are the 2 critical lines. For that specification, keep on writing the B's pure move also. So in the first line it was B1 and in the second case it is B2. So I have to draw because the line cannot go beyond, it has to be within that region. So this is B2. Now in third case, when I want to draw E3, for E3 these are the value. If P1 is 0, this value is 3. So if P1 is 0, this value is 3 over here. If P1 is 1, this value is a 0. So which value is a 0, which is here. And join these 2 points. So when I join these 2 points, I get this value. Once I get this value, this is B3. I can write down on the line. Similarly, do for the last case, E4. When P1 is a 0, this value is 2. When P1 is 1, this value is minus 2. So if it is minus 2, we may get the minus values also. There is no problem. Let's draw that. If P1 is 0, this value is 2, which is here. And if P1 is 1, this value is minus 2. So this value is minus 2, which is here. So when we draw this value, so we get, join these points, so we get this one. And please remember that this line should not be extended. When I'm only joining, I have to join within this axis. Okay, because these are the property. So this is the least value, P1 is equal to 0. This is the highest value, P1. So the line should not go beyond these axes. Okay. So when you are drawing, you can draw it, but then you need to bring them back to the axis point only. Now you identify which is the lower envelope. So we want to find the minimum value. So this lower envelope, this is considered as the lower envelope. So we want to find, because in the players A payoff, so whenever A has, so first we select minimum value. Out of these minimum value, we select the maximum value. So that is why it is called minimum. So here I want to choose minimum. So this minimum value, that means I need to first find the lower envelope. This is the lower envelope. And in the lower envelope, we identify which are the 2 critical lines. You can see here, the first critical line is due to B2. So if I again look at, this is B2. This line was B2. You see here, we have written here, the first critical and the last critical line. The last critical line is due to B4. So that is why I have written, mention the B's pure move on the line. So this is B2 and B4. Once we have identified this is B2 and B4, these are the 2 critical moves. So only these 2 critical moves will actually give me the best strategy. And from here, now I write 2 cross 2 game. So what is a 2 cross 2 game? A1, A2 remain as it is. But instead of B1, B2, B3, B4, I am only writing B2, B4. And this means I am going to write now the data for B2, B4. So from the question, only write the data for B2, B4. So this is 1, 0, minus 2, 2. So let me to write here the data for B1, B2, B3, B4. So this was the data given to us in the problem. This is A1, A2. And you can see from here, I'm only considering the B and I'm only considering the B4. And A1, A2 remain as it is. So these are the 2 strategies that and correspondingly these are the expected payoffs for the A. So leave only this one. Now this is a 2 cross 2 and we check out again for the saddle point. Of course, there is no saddle point in this case. So this is a problem 2 cross 2 without a saddle point. and we know how to apply the probability formula from here. So to calculate the expected gain, now you can associate again that this comes with the one probability, this comes with another probability, this comes with another probability q1 dash, this comes with another probability q2 dash. And we have already seen in the last video how to apply this case, how to solve this case 2 cross 2 without a saddle point. So what is the first probability in this case? To calculate the probability for P1, we need to subtract this 2 minus 0. So this is 2 minus 0. Sum the diagonally these two quantity and subtract these two quantities. So this is 2 plus 1, 3 minus of minus 2. So in this case, I get 2 by 5. And for P2, so for P2, what we did, we have to take this minus this. So in this case, and for Q1, we need to take this minus this. So this means 2 minus of minus 2 and the denominator is same. So this is 4 by 5. And for the value of the game, we simply take the determinant, this minus this with the same determinant. So this is 2 by 5. So this is 2 by 5, which is the value of game. So this is how we solve our 2 cross 4 or 2 cross n problem. So we may again finally say the optimum strategy for A is A1, A2, and they come with the probability 2 by 5, 3 by 5. The optimal strategy for B is B2, B4. B2, B4, and this comes with the strategy 4 by 5 and 1 by 5. For all other cases, you may consider as this comes with the probability 0. B3 comes with the probability 0. And for this case, we have considered now the value of game is 2 by 5. So this is the optimal answer. This is the optimal answer. And if you want to specifically tell for B1, B3, you can include that B1 is 0 and B3 is a 0. So there is no harm in assuming this way also, which is very clear that other strategy come with a probability 0. So these are the probabilities, and this is the optimal solution for 2 cross n problem. So similarly, if we have more number of columns in the B, we try to reduce those strategies. We try to find which are the critical moves. So now let us calculate the graphical solution for m cross 2 games, and we follow the similar procedure as we did in 2 cross n problem, but the only difference here is we look at the upper envelope of the line so that we can find min max. And why this we are finding min max? We see here, this is player B, here it is the player A. We consider this as a payoff matrix for A. That means there is a loss to player B. So we first consider maximum loss, then we consider minimum of that. So this is min max. So we first want to understand what is the maximum. Maximum means we want to look at the upper envelope. And from the upper envelope, we want to select what is the minimum value. In the other cases, we first selected the minimum. So we selected minimum, that means we have selected lower envelope. And then from the lower envelope, we have selected what is the maximum value. So now let us start the question here for this case. In this question, we have been given total 6 strategies for the player A. You can see here, this is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. So there are 6 strategies for player A, and for B there are only 2 strategies. So this means, so for this case, I am considering m cross 2 problem. And to solve this m cross 2 problem, I am going to first consider here, considering A's pure move and then expected payoff for B. So let's write now these quantities. There are 6 A's pure moves. So let us write A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. And for each one, because we have been associated these quantity with the probability Q1, Q2. So if A select A1, this means 1 comes with the probability Q1, minus 3 comes with probability Q2. So let us write this one. So we have 1 into Q1 plus minus 3 into Q2. Similarly, the next one comes 3 into Q1 plus 5 into Q2. So keep on reading now from the probabilities point of view, and A3 comes with minus Q1 plus 6 Q2. Then it 4 Q1 plus Q2. 2 Q1 plus 2 Q2. And then we got minus Q1 plus 0 into Q2. Now, in this case, either we convert this into complete Q1, or we may even leave this in the 2 axis Q1, Q2. So in this question, I want to leave this into Q1, Q2 so that you have the understanding for the, if we draw the axis with respect to Q1, Q2 only. So we draw the 2 axes now here for the graphical. and these two x's will depict the expected payoff for the player B. This is 0, and in this case I'm drawing 1, 2, these are the lines, these are the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the negative value also we may get the negative value. So draw some of the negative value. Okay, so now this is axis 1, and in this case axis 1 I am considering q1 equal to 0. So if q1 equal to 0, this automatically means here q2 is equal to 1. Okay, look at the axis very clearly. So you can draw either with in the previous example I have considered only q1 equal to 0, and here I have considered q1 equal to 1. So if q1 is 1, this automatically means here that q2 is 0. So now I am going to draw with q1, q2 with these value itself. Okay, this is the line which is 0. Now let us draw the lines. To draw the lines, I am going to look at the first strategy, A1. If q1 is a 0, this means it is minus 3 times q2. If q1 is a 0, this means q2 is 1. So here, look at carefully. This is q1 minus 3 times q2. If q1 is a 0, this automatically means that q2 is 1, and this quantity is minus 3. That means this whole quantity remains as minus 3. So if this remains as minus 3, we are here. This is minus 3 because q1 is 0 and q2 is 1. So we are on this axis. So this value is minus 3, and if q1 is 1, so if I take now q1 is 1, and if q1 is 1, this means q2 is a 0. If q2 is 0, so this means 1 q1 plus of minus 3 times q2. q2 is 0, this quantity is gone. So this quantity, whole of this quantity is simply 1. So this means we are here at this position 1. So once we join these lines, I get this line as this. And draw this line straight. And here I am going to write this move as A1. This is A1. So you can write down here as A1. In the similar manner, you draw all other lines. So we get the lines as, so we get A3. So you can see here, this is the line which is A3. This is the line which is A2. And here is the line which is A4. So remember to write down the A's pure move on the line so that later on we do not forget which line we have drawn. Now we can see here, because this is the upper, we want to find maximum and then we want to minimize. So this is the upper envelope for this question. Now in that upper envelope, we want to select which is the minimum value, and we can see there are two intersecting points for the minimum value. One is this intersecting point, another is this intersecting point. And from these two, again comparing on these two, so we can see here, this one is the most minimum. So we always need to look at which is the intersecting point in the last example. Now I want to show you again in the last example first. Let's see it here. In the last example, because B2 and B4, there are only two lines, this was the intersecting point. And at this intersecting point, this is the value of the game basically. But because there was only two lines here, B2, B4, so there was no problem. You can write 2 cross 2 matrix very easily. But here, in this situation, you see here there are 3 lines. There are 3 lines. One is A3. Then the lower envelope is bounded by A2. And then we have A4. But even in those, we must need to first compare which is the most minimum. So here, this is the most minimum. This is minimum. So this becomes, and it is bounded by 2 lines A2, A4. So we must need to only select A2, A4 with the B's pure move, that is B1, B2. And hence, this is our reduced 2 cross 2 matrix. This is reduced 2 cross 2 matrix. This is from the graphical that we have found. And once we write now 2 cross 2 data from the question again, we have selected A2 and we have selected A4. So once, this means this is 3, 5 and A4 is 4, 1. And here we can apply again the formula. So apply formula to get the pure strategies. So once we apply formula, we get here now. So we can apply formula to get this property P1 dash, which is actually nothing but P2 and all the other remaining. So this, there were total 6 properties, P1, P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5 plus P6. All of these will become, other R become 0, only P2 and P4 will remain. So which I have renamed as P1 dash and P2 dash. so that I can apply the formula. For P1 dash, I am going to simply take 1 minus 4, this minus this, divided by addition of these two minus subtraction of these two. This means it is 4 minus 9. So this quantity is minus 3 by minus 5. So this property is 3 by 5. And for Q1, I am going to look up this minus this. So this means 1 minus 5 upon minus 5. So here this property is minus 4 by minus 5. So this means this property is 4 by 5. Once I got these property, I can calculate the another property also, P2 on Q2 also, but which we do not require. What is the value of the game? Value of the game is again the determinant of these two quantity. This means it is 3 minus 20 divided by minus 5. In this case, it is minus 17 by minus 5. So this quantity is 17 by 5. That is the value of the game. So what is the optimal strategy for A? Optimal strategies for A is A2, A4. A2 comes with the property 3 by 5 and A4 come with the property 2 by 5. All other have the property 0. So if I want to write all other, this is 0. A3 come with the probability 0, A5 come with the probability 0, A6 come with the probability 0. And for the optimal strategy, this was for A. The optimal strategy for B, optimal strategies for B is B1, B2 of course, and B1 comes with the probability 4 by 5, B2 automatically comes with the probability 1 by 5, subtracting this minus 1. And hence, value of game is 17 by 5. So this way we can reduce our m cross 2 or 2 cross n problems into the 2 cross 2 matrices and can apply the formulas for the probability that we have done in the last video also. So I have added the link for the last video in the description box, and I would strongly recommend that before this video, for the better understanding, the previous video must be watched. And we must take a note of this point that if there are more than 2 lines passing through the maximum, that means the lower envelope or the upper line. So there are, for example, this is the upper envelope and here we do not get a single intersecting point which is very clear. There are 2 intersecting point bounded by 2 lines. So in that case, there are alternate solutions. We can choose any of the strategy. If this line is further overlapped by one more strategy, then of course there are alternate solution exist for that particular game.